the toilet. It is a common fixture in homes all around us. We use it every single day, yet we rarely stop to think about its incredible long history. A history filled with human ingenuity and our quest for a cleaner world. This object, so familiar, so mundane, has journeyed through millennia, from the simplest hole in the earth to complex, water-saving thrones. This evolution mirrors our civilization. It tells a story of problem-solving, of health, hygiene, and technology, a story of human adaptation. We will embark on this journey, traveling back through the ages, exploring different cultures and times, witnessing their unique toilet solutions. From the grand cities of antiquity to the courts of queens and kings, through periods of decline and rebirth, the toilet's tale is humanity's tale. Understanding this history is important. It connects us to our ancestors. It highlights our persistent needs and our remarkable ability to innovate. Even the most ordinary items have extraordinary stories to tell. The humble toilet has transformed. Let us now explore its cosmic path. Our story begins thousands of years ago in the ancient lands of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley civilization. These were among Earth's first cities, flourishing around 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. People gathered, forming societies. With this came a new challenge: waste. Early sanitation became a necessity. In Mesopotamia, in cities like Ur, archaeologists have found early drains. Some homes had vertical clay pipes. These channels led waste downwards, often into cesspits dug beneath houses or sometimes into basic sewer lines. These were constructed from baked bricks, a clever feat of early engineering. The Indus Valley civilization also shone. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa displayed truly remarkable water management. Many houses featured private bathing areas and distinct toilet-like structures. These often connected to covered drains, which ran neatly along the city streets. This was truly advanced for its era. These ancient systems were not perfect, not by our modern standards, of course, but they reveal a crucial understanding, an understanding of basic hygiene and the importance of public works. They aim to separate waste from life. This helped to reduce disease. These ancient peoples were sanitation pioneers. The ancient Egyptians held cleanliness high. It was woven into their daily routines and deeply connected to their beliefs. Naturally, they devised toilet solutions. Wealthy Egyptians enjoyed certain comforts. Their homes often included private bathrooms. These were more than just simple pits. Some even featured seats of limestone. Imagine a toilet seat, smoothly carved from cool, enduring limestone, a common and workable material then. Beneath this seat, a container waited. This vessel was often filled with sand. Servants would later empty it. This offered a new level of comfort and was a clear sign of status. The ancient Greeks also pushed sanitation forward. This was especially true in public areas. Consider the Palace of Knossos in Crete, home to the Minoan civilization. They possessed surprisingly complex drainage and even early forms of flushing toilets, using channels of water to move waste. This technology existed around 1700 BCE. Later in the era of classical Greece, cities such as Athens built public latrines. These were communal facilities for citizens. People would sit together side by side. Water often flowed in channels below, carrying the waste out of the city. This demonstrated thoughtful civic planning and a genuine concern for public well-being. The Roman Empire was renowned for engineering. Their aqueducts delivered vast amounts of water. Their sewers, like Cloaca Maxima, removed waste. Roman public latrines were widespread and often they were surprisingly elaborate. They were more than just functional spots. They also served as social gathering places where citizens met and conversed daily. These public latrines featured long benches crafted typically from stone or marble, with multiple holes cut for seating. Beneath these benches, water flowed constantly. This stream carried waste into the sewers. Rome's Great Sewer, the Cloaca Maxima, served the city for hundreds of years, a true marvel of ancient infrastructure. Toilet paper was not a Roman invention. Instead, they used a tool called a xylospongium. This was essentially a natural sea sponge attached firmly to the end of a stick. After use, it would be carefully rinsed, often in a trough of running water or sometimes in a bucket of salt water or vinegar, then left for the next person to use. Wealthy Romans enjoyed private toilets. These were located within their grand villas. Some were directly connected to private sewers. Others still relied on simple chamber pots. For the Romans, sanitation was a hallmark, a clear sign of their advanced civilization. Their systems were impressive for the time. But this golden age of hygiene would fade. When the mighty Roman Empire declined, around the 5th century of our Common Era, Europe gradually entered the Middle Ages. A great deal of Roman knowledge vanished, and this loss included their advanced sanitation. As a result, public health suffered greatly. Cities grew crowded and far less hygienic. This decline had truly dire consequences. The grand Roman sewers fell into ruin. People reverted to much simpler methods. Chamber pots became extremely common. The contents of these pots were often discarded, thrown directly out into the streets, or emptied into nearby rivers and ditches. This created appallingly foul urban conditions, and it allowed diseases to spread rapidly. Castles sometimes featured garderobes. These were small rooms or closets projecting outwards from the castle walls. Waste would drop down a chute from these, falling outside the walls, often into the moat. This was a slight improvement over city streets, but it remained very basic sanitation, a stark contrast to Roman engineering. This widespread lack of proper sanitation was a major factor in devastating plagues. Consider the Black Death in the 14th century. It wiped out a huge portion of Europe's people. Poor hygiene certainly exacerbated its spread. The understanding of germs was still centuries away, and the link between waste and illness was obscure. It was truly a dark period for cleanliness. For centuries, sanitation stagnated. Then, a flicker of inventive light appeared. In Elizabethan England, in 1596, Sir John Harington, godson of Queen Elizabeth I, designed and built a flushing toilet. Named the Ajax, it featured a cistern and valve. He built one for the Queen. Despite its brilliance, it failed. The world wasn't ready. It took centuries for the flushing toilet to reign. The 19th century ushered in profound changes. The Industrial Revolution reshaped cities. Populations in urban centers exploded. Overcrowding and disease became rampant. Scientists began to understand germs. The miasma theory gave way to germ theory. This spurred calls for sanitary reform. Visionary engineers stepped forward. London faced the Great Stink in 1858. The River Thames had become an open sewer. This crisis forced the government to act. Vast new sewer systems were constructed. Engineer Joseph Bazalgette led London's effort. Many other cities around the world followed. With functional sewers, toilets could evolve. The concept of the flushing toilet resurfaced. Inventors like Alexander Cumming and Joseph Bramah made key improvements. Cumming patented the S-trap, or U-bend. This simple curve of pipe held water. It formed a seal, blocking sewer gases from entering homes, making flush toilets safer and more pleasant. Thomas Crapper also played a notable role. He was a skilled plumber and businessman. His company, Thomas Crapper and Company, was prominent. He did not invent the flushing toilet itself, but he did much to popularize it. His firm manufactured and sold sanitary ware. His name became linked with toilets, especially for American soldiers in England who saw his company's name on cisterns. Before mass-produced toilet paper, people used many things. Materials varied by customs, environment, and social standing. Availability was key. These practices spanned thousands of years, reflecting human resourcefulness and hygiene needs. Ancient Romans used the xylospongium, a sea sponge on a stick, rinsed between uses. Leaves were common. Large, soft leaves were preferred. Grass, ferns, or moss also served. Nature provided many options. Corn cobs were used in rural America. Smooth stones or pottery shards were options. Mussel shells were used too. Even snow in frigid climates. People adapted to their surroundings. Wealthier individuals used softer materials. Early paper was rare and expensive. Sears Roebuck catalog pages were popular before soft rolled toilet paper. Today, the toilet has reached new heights, especially in certain developed nations. Japan is particularly famous for its smart toilets. These devices are far more than basic bowls. They offer an astonishing array of features. Heated seats provide welcome warmth. Integrated bidet functions offer cleansing water, and gentle air dryers complete the process, transforming a daily ritual into comfort. Some of these high-tech thrones go further. They feature automatic lid operation, built-in deodorizing systems for freshness, and sound features to ensure privacy. A few models can even analyze urine, providing basic health monitoring data. These are truly technological marvels, redefining the entire bathroom experience, a long way from a simple hole. Alongside such luxury, Eco-friendly designs grow. Water conservation is a critical global issue. Dual-flush toilets are now standard. They use significantly less water for liquids, saving precious resources with every flush. Composting toilets offer another green path. They require no water whatsoever. They safely transform human waste into nutrient-rich compost for soil. Yet amidst this progress, a stark truth remains. A sobering fact about our modern world. Billions of people across our planet still lack access to basic, safe sanitation. The World Health Organization estimates this. Around 3.5 billion individuals do not have a toilet that safely manages waste. This crisis leads to preventable disease and impacts dignity, safety, and well-being. A cosmic challenge for all humanity. If this flushed out some facts you didn't know, go ahead, give it a like and subscribe for more weird and wonderful history.